Wow, so first of all, I'm very honored for being at Jed's last thing. Also, the fact that all of you could be seeing Star Wars right now makes me especially honored to be here. So my
I gotta go.
Oh, sorry, see you. Okay. So my name is Evan Morikawa. I went to Olin College of Engineering. I'm a JavaScript engineer at Nihilus, and today we'll be showing you how you can use all the technology you're familiar with, like React and Flux and JavaScript and whatever dialect you want, and Electron to build cool, sweet, new, powerful apps like this, but on the desktop, on all the platforms, Mac, Windows, and Linux. Like I said, using sort of the stack that you have. So to sort of demonstrate this, I'm going to talk a little bit about the project I've been working on, which is this. It's an open source, extensible email client called N1. And this is designed to work across all platforms, and the idea is to make it something that could be easily extended. So first of all, let me just real quick answer why build a mail client in the first place. Well, the short of it is that email is pretty valuable. It's the largest installed communication base on the planet. But creating new email experiences is very hard, which is why when people do it, they build a whole new prescriptivist mail client from scratch and try and make that the end of it. So the whole thesis of this is that instead of building all the features, build a foundation, build a platform, which is why the technology and Electron and JavaScript is so important to this, such that you or anyone else can customize and build it to your whims. So that's sort of the premise of N1, and now I'm going to demo that off a little bit too.
What? Live.
So live demoing here. So this is N1.
Live email too.
Live email, that's right. And the idea is that it is sort of the basic, simple foundation of an email client. That's designed to sort of be the base plate with which you want to add new extensions to. So for example, let's say we wanted to add a thing to translate emails and connect with GitHub, and add some sort of quick scheduling plugin to it too. So now when we go back to here, we've added this extra sidebar piece here, which can pull in all the GitHub information and show me like those like cool new repos and stuff. Also additional, we can also create plugins in here that can, for example, help me schedule something. So say I want to have coffee, maybe sometime here, sometime here. And the sort of input times that you have here. But a lot of other pieces too is that we can also combine different plugins to say do something that translates it on the fly for you as well.
This is incredible.
So this is sort of the type of thing that we can do once we can extend it. But the whole point and why we've been able to do this is because at the end of the day, even though this is a native Mac, Windows, Linux app, it's actually built on modern web technology. Everything you see here is based on that. There you go. And live email, guys.
This is not scripted.
The thing that really makes this work is a project that GitHub made called Electron. That if you really want to take anything from this talk, just remember, like, play with this because it's really cool. Basically, what they did is they took Chrome and they strapped Node.js to it and added this really rich set of APIs that let you interact with the core OS. This is what Atom is built on top of. This is what N1 is built on top of, along with a lot of other apps, and increasingly so, because just like it's a great platform. What that means for us is that because of Electron, I can actually render everything in CSS, including like the little Mac stoplights here, but it has the APIs to do the native behaviors that you would naturally expect from that. It also means that since it works on Mac, Windows, and Linux as well, we actually have the fact. So here on Mac, we have these buttons that sort of render on Retina displays and are sort of your bubbly Mac things.
Make it Windows.
But if you just change the CSS...
Don't do it!
No!
Oh my god! My eyes!
Standard Windows 10 designs, and you sort of like block all the
Finally!
corners.
Finally!
What's Linux look like?
That's right.
What I've always wanted.
The other nice thing about the fact that it's Chrome and Electron is that here on the console we have sort of your standard document body, but I also have all of the native node modules as well right here. Actually, this whole app is backed by a local SQLite database, and our Flux stores can just pull data right out of there and display them. So it's a really nice, much more robust thing than, say, just using plain old local storage to give you this nice, like, offline experience as well. We even can do things like, this here is a separate worker window that sort of processes all of the incoming JSON data. We noticed that if you want to keep scrolling through this at like a buttery 60 fips, yeah, turns out if you're parsing megabytes of JSON, you like block your single render thread and like it starts to suck. So the idea here is like this is actually truly parallel. This is a completely separate node process, and you can spawn them how you want because you're just running a native node environment, and all the data can shuttle via IPC back and forth across as well. And actually, just sort of to show you what some of this code looks like, we have this. I have another plugin that I put in here that when you're related to a GitHub thread, it'll like automatically jump you straight to the thread on GitHub, right? But that plugin there is actually pretty small. That entire thing is
Coffee script.
40 lines. So the nice thing about the fact that we're running Node is that you can run whatever transpiler you want. This one's in Coffee, but we also have several others that are built in ES6. You can also, hell, if you want to run TypeScript in here, you can. But it also transpiles in the same environment because you sort of have whatever node system you want to use with it as well. So the other nice thing about being able to run in this sort of separate node desktop environment is actually, frankly, the fact that you can just test it really easily. We have the whole thing can run these integrated unit tests very quickly because since we're using React, we can render virtual DOM, we can use all the node things. So this is testing all of the interactions of the app headless in a couple seconds as well. The other cool thing about Electron.
Just duck now!
And also because you're just running Electron. So Kevin, the author of Electron, made this cool integration with like Chrome WebDriver and made a program called Spectron, which will also let you run full-blown integration tests with it as well. So particularly for the types of things that need actual end-user keyboard inputs to test with, you can run all those tests as well.
This version of Thunderbird seems amazing.
Yeah. So with the shutdown of Thunderbird and Mailbox recently,
too soon!
I know, it's been tough. It's that part of the idea is now, like, instead of waiting for someone to build sort of every feature you want, like, put a platform with the tools that you're used to using and make it something that you can also hack on as well, which is sort of the premise of this email client, but also the Electron project as a whole, and finally unlocking all the desktop environment where you have a lot of the nice native things and offline support you'd expect, but being able to use the same tooling that you always have as well. Another final thing about this is this entire project is all open source. So if you want to see like not just how to build an Electron client or even just how this is built, it's certainly something you can check out and play with as well. And yeah, so that's sort of how to put together an app with Electron. It's certainly something I would recommend trying and playing out with as well. But otherwise, thank you.